misses the first. Let's remind you that tomorrow on ABC, 3 Eastern, pregame, 3:30 tip, Lakers at Houston. Yao Ming out for the rest of the playoffs, as Heather told us in the first half with that foot injury. And TNT tomorrow night has Game 4 of Boston and Orlando. Coming up at 8 Eastern time, pregame before that. Orlando trying to take the commanding 3-1 series lead at home.
Attention fans, please do not throw any
Announcement made about folks throwing things towards the floor. This crowd has been on its feet much of this third quarter. Many of them have been quite involved emotionally in the game. Defense by Delonte West would not let Johnson go by. It's Mo Evans short. And the rebound for Joe Smith.
Right now, the Hawks have lost their focus, Mike. You can see,
Yes,
you can see Cleveland has just shifted gears defensively on them right now, and they're taking bad shots. The wrong guys are shooting the basketball.
And the Pachulia thing took a ton of energy out of these guys.
That's right.
Things were rolling. They were in a tight back and forth, possession to possession. James going to the basket, and the foul was called. You know, a lot of us, you kind of sit back in your room or sit back at home, and you're watching all these calls, flagrant 1, flagrant 2, eject, and how difficult they are on the officials. We sit there with the benefit of the replay and not being emotionally involved in it. And the officials, by and large, do a really good job in handling it. And Mike Woodson's uptight, but you got to tell you, they were 100% right there. Pachulia was a bonehead move.
That's right. The main thing is the officials see it in regular speed.
Yes.
We get it back majority of times in slow motion, and we give you different angles so you can second guess the referee. Well, they don't have that second guess. They got to call it right at the moment, and the majority of the time they're right on top of the play.
Best officials move on here round to round. 27 of them working in this second round, and the 3 guys working tonight, McCutcheon, Callahan, and Spooner, their 6th playoff game each this season. 6-0 run for the Cavs. No foul on LeBron. Mind you, Joe Johnson tried to throw it off of Joe Smith. It'll stay down here, but only 2 on the shot clock.
Right now, the problem for the Hawks is Horford is an outlet man in the painted area below the foul line, but he does not want to shoot the ball. So what he's doing is he's catching the ball, not looking for the shot, and he's passing the ball out, so you're losing precious opportunity, but you're giving Cleveland a chance now to regroup defensively.
Horford deep 3. It hit the rim. Let's see, no. He didn't get it off in time? Okay, 24-second shot clock violation call.
No, right there.
Comes under.
No, it went underneath it. Main thing right now, we always say, you got to get your team high percentage shots, your 3 best guys in their best areas. And for the Hawks right now, once they got ahead, since that time period, they have been struggling to get good looks at the basket.
Men's put exclamation points on quarters throughout the playoffs. James with a 5-second difference. A fake and a take and a make by LeBron.
Now that was a difficult angle. He didn't bank the shot in. He actually switched that shot.
Murray. End of the third. Atlanta goes scoreless the last 3:45 of the quarter. Cleveland scores the last 7 to break a tie. At 8, I beg your pardon, to take a 7-point lead. 72-65. Cavs looking to go up 3-0. LeBron has 34. And the NBA playoffs continue. After this message and a word from your ABC station.
Coach Whitson, Zaza Pachulia ejected moments ago. How will him being out this last quarter affect this team?
Well, it's huge. He's a big part of what we do. And, you know, I didn't see the play. Obviously, he wasn't out of the restricted area and was in it. And he thought he was. And just overreacted. But, hey, it's what it is. We just got to move on.
You were visibly frustrated with the officials to the point where they just said, no more talking, we are done. What is your biggest frustration?
I mean, it can't be one way. I mean, our guys out here playing hard, too. You know, I just want fair calls, that's all.
Coach, thank you.
All right. Heather, thank you. As we begin the 4th quarter, LeBron James will be on the floor to start the 4th. He's only played 2 minutes in the 4th quarter of the first 2 games. This feels like a series where you have the team that's the best team in the league this year, and Cleveland was, against an underdog team. Down 2-0, game threes are close. At some point in the fourth quarter here, there's a tipping point. Do we get a series, or are we on the road to a 4-game sweep?
Yeah, and it's going to come down to right now, the Atlanta Hawks, the offense has got to get better percentage shots. That's going to be the key. And then at the other end of the floor, you got to cut down LeBron in the threes. He's 5 for 9. The rest of the team is 0 for 9. So you've got to really belly up on LeBron.
Joe Johnson starts with a hoop there.
Well, he needed that, Mike. In the third quarter, he was 0 for 1 from the floor. They needed scoring.
Your best scorer, big games, got to get more than one shot. It's a 5-point lead. The Cavs close on an 8-0 run, answering Atlanta's 13-0 run to retake the lead.
Good job. Good job.
Johnson kind of pulled the chair on Joe Smith, and the Hawks back the other way. Flip Murray floating at the line on one side, Marvin Williams here. Williams, Smith, Horford, Flip Murray. Smith takes a deep 2.
See, they'll give him that. They'll give him that. And you can see in this set, you don't need those long jump shots with 10 to 12 seconds on the shot clock.
LeBron long on the 3, the rebound. Delonte West keeps it alive with Daniel Gibson. With James, Joe Smith, and Varejao here in the fourth. Smith ready to send LeBron left, where Marvin Williams is waiting to come over and help.
Plenty of time here. Plenty.
Gibson a 3. Got to start knocking that shot down. It's out of bounds off of Cleveland. Hubie, a couple years ago in the playoffs, Gibson hit all those shots.
Yeah, he made all those shots, Mike. And when we asked Mike Brown about it today, the situation with Gibson, well, now he plays a lot with the second unit without LeBron James. Now, we know that LeBron is out there right now, so he's not getting all of those wide open looks, and his field goal percentage and three-point shooting has suffered.
Johnson putting the moves on Delonte West, and big defensive help from Varejao and James. Smith missed the cram jam, and back comes LeBron.
You can't make the sensational plays now. Everything from now on down, you know you cannot go down 0-3. Just make the simple play. Catch the basketball, dunk it hard.
Varejao fouled by Horford. Anderson hits the deck hard and grabbing at his right shoulder area. He did come down hard. The officials discussing the contact there. Anderson reaching up by the collarbone. Just judged a regular foul in the act of shooting as Varejao is up.
Now you're going to see a strong move by Varejao. Now, they go for the block with the one hand. The other hand catches him right across the neck. He was definitely fouled in that area. Now, the big thing is if we are going to continue to throw people out with flagrant 2s when guys go for shot blocks, it's difficult for anyone to read the mind of a defensive player. Is he going for the block when he's up on the ball, or is he going for the hard foul? Right. That's so hard to decipher if you're one of these 3 referees.
Oh, Joe Smith got that in the cylinder. Offensive interference. Basket has to be out before you can touch it, so wave off the 2.
Keep an eye in here. Now, you got to box your man out. Now, that ball was definitely off the rim without a chance of going in the basket.
Still in that imaginary cylinder going up. Thus, that's the call.
Yeah, but the ball has got to have an opportunity of going in. That ball was like 99% off the rim.
7-point lead for Cleveland, trying to take a 3-0 series lead, as Denver did earlier tonight in Dallas on ESPN. Horford the miss. James gets the rebound. Creeping up on a triple-double. 9 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yeah, I like what's happening on the front line for Cleveland. They are holding the Hawks to 1-shot attempt. And that's the reason why we have the differential right now.
LeBron bumped, and he'll come back to the line for more free throws. As he comes back, and he's on his way perhaps here to another playoff triple-double, you have had, whether coaching or sitting in this seat, a front row seat to the best players in the league, really over the last 4 decades. When we come back, I wanted you to tell everybody at home where you think LeBron is. Maybe not rank him, but how special is he? Are we building it up too much? You've seen it all. We'll talk about it after this Atlanta calls. Timeout. This second-round series in the Eastern Conference, with a Cavalier dominant performance in games 1 and 2 at home, a beaten-up, battered Atlanta team came back home looking to energize from their crowd, but James came out with 11 in the first. Cleveland built the lead, but Atlanta has shown a couple of comebacks, one in the second and one in the third quarter to get back in it. Now the question here in the fourth, can this young Hawks team that won 47 this season find enough to make this a 2-1 series, or will they go down 3-0 in this best-of-7? Mike Tirico, Hall of Famer Hubie Brown, Heather Cox with you in Atlanta. Cleveland leading by 7, and LeBron coming to the line.
Well, Mike, we've been talking about shot selection, high percentage shots. So in the last 6 minutes and 13 seconds, once the Hawks got up by 1, they have gone 6 minutes and 13 seconds with 2 points. And that's all come off of missed shots, but more important, they can't get an offensive rebound.
LeBron, as you see, carrying the day in the regular season and the postseason. Hubie, as I said, you've seen all these guys here from the 70s on through. Is everyone building up LeBron too much, or is this the real thing?
No, look at it this way. He's been in the league 6 years. 4 of the 6 years, he scored over 2,000 points, over 500 rebounds, and over 500 assists. Now, for some of the greatest players ever to play, all right, Larry Bird did it 3 times. John Havlicek and Michael Jordan only did that twice. All right, James has done it 4 times, and the only other guy is Oscar Robertson at 6 times. So just think about it. That's for their careers. This guy has already done that 4 times in 6 years. He is the complete package. Scores, rebounds, assists, and now he's on the first-team all-defensive team.
Trying to do it all again here tonight when the rest of his team has not. Gibson off the mark. Ilgauskas chases down the rebound. 6-point lead with about 3.5 gone here in Game 3's fourth quarter. Joe Johnson defensively gets LeBron.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. They're going to run some clock here right now, figure out what he wants to do. You can see the double screen high, but they didn't trap him. They just switched. Oh, he'll shoot right over Bibby.
There you go. And there you go.
Well, see, if you're not going to trap me, well, now, because you switch, I have the advantage. I'm 6'8", Bibby's 6'2". I'm just going to go right up over the top.
And that took 48 seconds. They milked the shot clock twice. Good ball movement. Murray a 3. Murray misses. Delonte West there for the rebound.
Now, if you notice, the Cleveland guards have been back in there, either deflecting second shot attempts, getting the loose balls on the floor, and holding the Hawks to 1 shot. This has been critical in this 8.5-minute period.
Same deal.
Oh, boy.
James handled the ball until the switch occurred. Shoots over Bibby at 39, 9 and 7 assists for LeBron, and a timeout for Atlanta.
Mikey, it's just so great. He's such a cerebral player.
Yeah.
What he does is he reads the defense perfectly. He knows what you're doing. You're going to switch and have the small guy on me. I'll just shoot and play horse in my driveway. And he's just taking his time, running the clock.
Timeout before this. Here's what Atlanta coach Mike Woodson told his team.
Let me tell you what the difference is right now. We shoot no jump shot, and they driving the ball. That's the difference. We got to get to the free throw line. Officials are not going to bail you out shooting jump shot.
And look at the.
And you got a wide open shot, you knock it down, but we got to get to the free throw line.
Sorry, Coach. Look at the supporting numbers. Cleveland 13 more attempts, 10 more points, and what's the lead? 10.
Well, Mike, it comes down to what are you running? What are you running to get down inside? Now, what they're running is they're playing perimeter stuff, looking for the jump shot, looking for the open. But what's happened is the old story. When in doubt, drive the ball to the basket. I don't care what level of basketball you're at. You've got to give yourself a chance to get to the foul line and put fouls on their front court people.
Same exchange. Mike Bibby says, come on, Joe. Come help me out here. Too late. Pitch to Ilgauskas. Free throws coming.
Now, we have seen that all night long. Plus, we've seen it in games 1 and 2. When they drive that baseline, they find the free man. And look at the numbers right here for LeBron James. This is incredible. The shooting percentage, how about the fact he only has 1 turnover, and then the assists. He's just been all over the place, reading the clock beautifully, but more important, reading the defense. Whether it's the switch or the trap, he makes the correct decision.
Solid game for Ilgauskas. 14 points, 7 rebounds. Here's Heather Cox.
Speaking of LeBron James, during that last Cavs timeout, he was very vocal, talking to his bigs who have been outscored 32 to 24 in the paint. He addressed Zia Gauskas and Joel Smith specifically about pick and rolls and about the tactics against them. Something certainly to watch for. An additional note on the Cavs, guys. Max Fenton, their athletic trainer, told me Anderson Varejao just took a shot to his right shoulder. He is fine to return. A little sore, but fine to return.
All right, Heather, playing hurt like Anderson is. Good job. Smith off the mark.